What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on this topic. And I want to talk about this serious situation that's taking place in Aurora, Colorado, and across the country, to be quite frank. Now, if you guys haven't heard, there are Venezuelan gangs that are coming over here, setting up shop in apartment complexes and making the people that already stay within those apartment complexes pay them rent. And so these gangs are breaking into empty apartments that are not occupied, right, by any tenants. And they're basically staying there and squatting. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the term squatting, it's the action of occupying an abandoned or unoccupied area of land or building, usually residential, that the squatter does not own, rent, or otherwise have lawful permission to use. And what's so crazy about it is you just can't kick them out either. You have to follow the eviction process of your state. Now, these gangs are running around Aurora and they're basically breaking into jewelry stores, they're breaking into gun stores, taking everything. Right? Running around the city, terrorizing people that look like me and other individuals within that circumference. So they are really just trying to run that particular town that's outside of Denver. And now it's being reported that they're starting to make their way inside of Denver, and they're doing the same thing. Now, what's interesting about all of this is the fact that the Popo hasn't done anything about it. The National Guard hasn't been called to move in and try to gain some type of control. The feds haven't done anything. Those people are just lost out there, and they're fending for themselves, trying to find other places within Colorado to move to, because the community there has become a battleground and a never-ending war zone, and it's just incredibly dangerous. And on top of that, it's been confirmed that the Venezuelan gang has partnered up with another gang called MS-13. Now, MS-13 stands for Mara Salvatrucha. I'm pretty sure that I botched that name, but I tried my best to pronounce it. And the majority of its members are Central Americans, mainly Salvadorans. So the two of them have partnered up, and they're just on a war path to basically take over the Aurora and Denver, Colorado area. And just like I said previously, they're starting to spread abroad to places like Chicago, Texas, and New York. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and roll these clips for you guys, but it's gonna start off with two clips that I wanted you guys to see based off of the interesting information in regards to how migrants are coming over here and getting more than the American citizen has ever gotten from the government, and also how illegal immigrants are coming over here and basically getting help with down payments on houses and things of that nature. So check out these clips and I'll be back.
Have y'all seen this receipt that's going viral from a bodega where they're saying a Venezuelan woman left this receipt behind showing an EBT food stamp balance of $13,401.82 and an EBT cash balance of $4,498.85? I just went down this rabbit hole and you are not going to believe what I found. So I started off here. This young lady was talking about a program in New York where the migrants were receiving all of this free food, and they said that that food was not culturally acceptable. So they started throwing it away. So the city of New York said, okay, fine, we'll just give y'all actual money. Program started out helping 500 migrant families. They putting these people up in hotels and they giving them these cards that they are supposed to only use at bodegas, grocery stores, supermarkets, convenience stores. And they're supposed to sign a piece of paper saying, I swear I'm only going to use it at a bodega, a grocery store, a supermarket, a convenience store, and to buy baby supplies. And they're threatening to kick them out of the program if they don't only spend the money on these things. But my thing is, if the card can swipe at Neiman Marcus, they're going to be at Neiman Marcus. The card should only work where the card is supposed to work. Now, the amount on each card is going to be dependent on the size of the family and if they have any income coming in. So a smart scammer would make sure that you don't have any income coming in so that you can get the most bang for your buck. Here's an example. A family of 4, for instance, could get about $1,000 each month, and the money will replenish every 28 days. Then the program expanded to helping 15,000 migrant families. Now remember, they putting these people up in hotels, giving them food, giving them baby supplies. Now at the time of this article, the city was housing just over 66,000 asylum seekers. This is how many people had arrived in just 1 week. And they're saying this program is supposed to cost about $10 billion through 2025. Then the mayor started giving out prepaid cash cards to these migrants. They said that they will be giving about up to $10,000 each in taxpayer money with no ID check, no restrictions, and no fraud control. Now, you have to also know that the city is legally required to help these people because they have a right to shelter law in place for migrants. Well, over the past 2 years, over 200,000 people have shown up. So, of course, the money is going to run out if you're giving over 200,000 people $10,000 each, $13,000 in food stamps, $5,000 in EBT cash balance, paying for their hotel, paying for their baby supplies. You see where I'm going with this? But the part that really got me is y'all sitting here telling us tax-paying citizens that we have to raise our retirement age to the age of 70 because there's no money in the retirement fund or the Social Security fund, whatever it's called. And I mean, it's sad when you hear the sad stories. Of course, you don't want these people to be living in a country where they're being abused or exposed to God knows what. But there's got to be another way. We got to put some type of restriction on this because this is out of hand.
I'm a border state governor. You don't need to lecture me on this topic. The reality is lived every single day. We need comprehensive immigration reform. And the irony of this, the frustration I have, is Joe Biden put out a great plan. He has a plan, 8-year pathway to citizenship, fast-tracking Dreamers and TPS, dealing with border security and new technology.
Well, Governor, I know you're complaining that we're a border state here, but come on, think about it for a minute. Why are you allowing your Senate Appropriations Committee here in the state to pass a proposal that would give illegal immigrants down payment assistance when they come to buy a house? What about hardworking Californians? And then on top of that, you're giving promos to the Biden administration who diverted the VA benefits that were meant to be for veterans. These were healthcare benefits that are now going to illegal immigrants. We're doing the same thing here in California with that big Medi-Cal expansion that allows illegal immigrants to receive free healthcare. On top of that, the Senate Appropriations Committee just passed a proposal. You know, they want to have control over the masses, so they want to institute universal basic income. California is the petri dish for what they want to do in the rest of the nation. I mean, come on, you're also blaming Republicans for the fact that we haven't had meaningful immigration reform. Recall that Democrats controlled both houses of Congress in 2021 and still did not manage to pass the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Act of 2021. Biden promised a path to citizenship for these people and did not deliver. So enough with the politics.
Black America, I just want to ask y'all something real fast. How do y'all expect God to show up fighting for you when you're not even trying to fight for yourself? You're literally rolling over and you're taking every single thing that these people are doing to you, not even trying to fight back. And you think God is just going to show up swinging on your behalf? Y'all really not mad enough for me yet. Y'all not mad enough for me. You don't even care enough. And I just don't understand it. They literally have been dangling reparations in our faces because they know they owe us this money. But all we are doing is begging them for it, holding reparations, rallies, and marching and singing and dancing and crying. When are we going to start demanding what is owed to us? And for the pink people who keep saying, oh, we don't owe you nothing. You need to work for it. We need to stop. We don't need to pay you anything. We were all slaves at one time. Stop begging. Stop expecting a handout. For you people, it's not about the enslavement. It's about us building your generational wealth. Because we were enslaved, our labor built your wealth and we didn't have any for ourselves. And not only did we not have any for ourselves after we were freed, you continue to steal our wealth and destroy our wealth. Destroyed the generational wealth, starting from the 40 acres that you were supposed to be given to us. It was an order for you to give us those 40 acres. And the order was reversed after you people went and gunned down Abraham Lincoln. After that, when they got a new president, that order was reversed and the land, our land, was returned back to the Confederates. And that land, all of those acres, 40 acres per family, that was our generational wealth. And then after that, all of the black communities that we continue to build up on our own after we had nothing, working for pennies and putting our little pennies together to build up our communities, you came in and you dropped bombs and destroyed our communities, destroyed and slaughtered us. Every single thing that we tried to build on our own, you destroyed it. And you don't think you owe us nothing? You ain't trying to pay us because we're allowing you not to pay us, because we're not getting loud enough for you. And not only are they not paying us, The immigrants are coming over here and they're getting what is owed to us. They're able to come to our land because our ancestors fought for us to have equality, for us to have rights, for us to have opportunities. Our ancestors did that. And these brown people can come over here and reap the benefits of our labor. They're coming over here receiving thousands and thousands of dollars. They're receiving money for them to purchase homes. They're able to get home loans when they first come over here. It doesn't matter how good their credit is. It doesn't matter if they have been convicted for crimes. They're literally giving them this money. They're able to purchase things that we can't even purchase. They're able to get businesses. They're able to attend college. Everything that we can do, they can do better off of our money. While they're denying and rejecting our applications, they're granting it to them. They have more than we do off of our backs, and we're not even caring. We're not even mad. We're still singing and begging and crying. And I'm just wondering, when are you going to stand up and start taking and demanding? When y'all are ready to fight and y'all get tired of singing and marching and dancing and protesting, holla at me, because I'm ready to go.
The video shows a group of men walking up a stairwell at the Edge Lowry apartment complex in Aurora. All of them appear to be carrying rifles and handguns in the video shot earlier this month. One of the men can be seen talking on a cell phone. They all then gather around a door and go in. Another video clip shows men forcing a door open. But what or who they were searching for, not clear. The video was shot in the building where Cindy and Edward Romero lived until today. They loaded up their stuff and moved out.
It's been a nightmare and I can't wait to get out of here.
This is how Cindy used to lock her front door.
Every day when we come home, we have to do this. Every time we go outside to take out the garbage, every time we try to go to bed at night, we have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
The couple's car and many others here were riddled with bullets after a shootout at the complex earlier this month. The Romeros say the trouble started when a large number of migrants began moving in. They had not been able to move out for different reasons.
We couldn't get any. We tried reaching out to the resources, but they told us since it wasn't actually a condemned building, we would have to wait until that was the issue, but we didn't want to wait for that. So the only help I got was after talking to you.
We showed Councilmember Danielle Jurinsky the video. Today, she helped the couple move out and find a new place to live.
The city nonprofits have lined up to help the migrants that have come here, but nobody is helping the American citizens, the residents that are trapped in these apartment complexes.
The Romeros tell us others living here have been asking when they'd be moving out.
And this isn't just Americans. This is other Venezuelans that are living under this control, that are being extorted by the control of this gang.
While we were on the property today, even before we left, we were told other people were moving in and taking over the Romeros unit. We did speak to the mayor's office this afternoon. They sent us a statement saying that so far there are no code enforcement violations taking place at this complex. The mayor's office also responding in part for the Aurora Police Department. They're telling us that the police department here has seen that video that we just showed you. There is a lot more to this story. We'll be covering it in the days to come.
So y'all, these migrants are getting worse and a lot of the media is not covering it. A 19-year-old Venezuelan migrant just literally shot two police officers in New York City, NYPD, at point blank. He shot them at point blank range. Now they have him in custody and he's being charged, but what they are saying is that he basically is stating that a gang is instructing him to shoot at cops. Now we know what has happened in Aurora, Colorado. If y'all don't know, it's not even happening in just Aurora. Now it's transferring to even Denver, Colorado. What is happening is there are squatter laws in Colorado. And what squatter laws are, the fact that they even still exist in Colorado and it is legal, it blows my mind. The apartment building in Colorado was actually condemned because of the code violations. Now, what tenants was saying is that they were threatening the management or the people that was over the building and not allowing staff to come into the building to like fix it up and things of that nature. Sanctuary city. So Colorado is a sanctuary city, and what that does is it limits. I don't know how much of it is true, but I heard that they were waiting for the older tenants to move out, and then they would move in other tenants and would be taking the money and rent from those tenants. Now, also in Denver, I'm hearing that they broke into many gun stores, and they are trying to do the same thing in Denver. Not only that, we have to be mindful of who we let all of those younger age men come over to the border. We did not lock the border down. And I remember doing a video talking about the border. And here's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with immigrants coming over here, especially when they have dealt with the things that they deal with in their different countries, giving them an opportunity. That's not the point. But the proper thing to do is literally making sure we are coming over, their background. Without proper management, this makes no sense. And when I talked about it last time, a lot of people was in my comments trying to come for me. But look, now y'all see what is happening. And then the media is not even reporting or even trying to talk about this. They're trying to push this under the rug. But not only that, the resources that our country is spending on these migrants that have came over, we already know with the EBT and how they have been supportive to these migrants who have came over into our country blows my mind in itself. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother conversation. Don't nobody want to talk about this stuff unless it's on your own doorstep. Oh yeah, let them come over, do this. They benefit, da. But when it's on your own doorstep, then you gonna have a problem with it. It has been said that these Venezuelan gangs are getting worser. I've even been hearing that there is an apartment building also in Dallas, Texas. Something similar to what has happened in Aurora, Colorado is happening with these Venezuelan gangs. I went to try to research it and look. I didn't find anything, but I think the name is called Versailles or something like that, apartments. But if anybody is in Dallas, Texas, you know about this, please let me know because I'm on the heels of this, okay? Even with the DNC that is coming up in Chicago, which is like a neighboring city to me, I believe that they will be also kicked up during this coming week because we know that there are also Venezuelan gangs and things of that nature in the Chicago area as well. Some time ago, I got on this app and I said that the Holy Spirit had led me to tell people begin to learn to pray all throughout your day, covering your cars, covering your children, covering your homes. I literally said that, covering your doorsteps, covering every area, your jobs, covering yourself in prayer. We know that prayer is a spiritual transaction. So going before the Lord and covering yourself in the blood of Jesus in everything, your cars and everything you can think of, covering yourself in the blood of Jesus in prayer, because the times that we're living in is unprecedented. We're going to see a lot more unprecedented things that will be taking place in this country. One thing for sure, they not gonna be able to go into the hoods of Chicago and do this. Because if you remember Caprini Green, Venezuelan gangs ain't got nothing on the Caprini Green, okay? Go research Caprini Green. It'll tell you everything you need to know. And that's how you know they are targeting certain areas, because in certain areas, you're not going to be able to pull this taking over apartment building. You ain't going to be able to do that crap, not in Chi-Town. Have you heard of Chi-Town? It ain't Chicago no more. It's called the Chi-Town, okay? The Venezuelans, people, they about to get a run for their money messing with the Chi, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all. Anyway, y'all stay prayed up, because The times that we are living in is unprecedented, and you have to cover your homes, cover your areas, be wise, get you a pum pum. I'm gonna leave that alone. Some of the saints gonna be mad at me, but I believe in a pum pum. I believe in a pum pum in this hour. I believe in that. Pum pum and the blood of Jesus. Okay, I gotta let this thing go.
So you guys keeping up with what's going on in Denver, Aurora, Colorado? I have friends there, actually, that are leaving. They hightailed it out of there. They're not taking the chance to see if it gets better. It only took 2 apartment complexes and 3 gun stores getting robbed and jewelry stores by these Venezuelan gangs who have now paired up with MS-13. And they're gone. They're not waiting around. The cops couldn't do anything. The FBI couldn't do anything. Homeland Security didn't do anything. You know, one of the complexes was taken back and condemned because it's inhabitable. And the people, the Venezuelan gang, was collecting money, the rent money, for the landlord, but not giving it to him. And there was nothing he could do about it. They just took over. Those are your sanctuary cities that you love so much. And you're mad at us, patriots, who are like, close the damn border. You know, they did rob 3 gun stores. And a couple jewelry stores. And now the new thing is they're dressed up like Amazon workers, and they're doing home invasions. So guys, be very careful, because the closer we get to this election, if you're expecting an Amazon delivery, just leave it outside for a little bit. And if you have to open the door, really check your surroundings, because they're bum rushing the doors. Just be very, 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 very careful. Dangerous times, guys. It's bad.
For those who have not believed me, please check out this video someone else posted. The Denver News actually did air this too, which is surprising since they haven't been documenting anything going on. But they're acting as Amazon drivers, waiting for people to answer their doors, and then breaking in, robbing them, committing crimes.
They're here. Tried to tell y'all, the military-aged men that were coming across the border are here. The Venezuelan gang has taken over an apartment building in Aurora, Colorado. And as someone who owned a house that was worth $500,000 in Aurora, I can say that I'm very glad that I no longer have anything to do with that area. But what do y'all think? What do you think? What would you do? Would you just leave? I mean, these people cleaned out some gun shops up there, and the police won't even mess with them. So, also, nobody's mentioned squatter rights. Why do squatter rights still exist in Colorado? Meaning, if there's an empty house and you choose to go and take it over, you can squat there, and it's legal. I know, right? You're wondering. I am too. Why is it still legal? So what would y'all do in that situation? Because it's not happening just in Denver and Aurora. It's happening other sanctuary cities. So just forewarning, stay strapped, y'all.
We all been seeing these videos of these Venezuelan immigrants running down on people apartment complexes, taking over everything, causing straight chaos, right? I'm about to tell y'all how you should deal with these people. 1, go get your license to carry. If you do not have any measures of protection, you need them now. 2, muster up the courage to deal with an aggressor. I know nobody wants to tend to negative energy. Most people are just trying to pay their bills, go to sleep, take care of their children, travel, do a little this, a little that. It ain't too big, right? No one wants to run headfirst into danger. But when it comes to immigrants, you're going to have to do that. Let me tell y'all a quick little story. After Katrina, when we was in New Orleans, these same type of immigrants try to come take over Canal Street, try to come take over the French Quarters. And we wind up having to get back brutal with them. So real that they just packed up and got the Y'all never heard about them messing with the New Orleans people. Y'all never heard about the Louisianians being overthrown. So now I'm telling the world, hey, this how you get rid of them. Fire with fire. I wish y'all the best out there, man. Protect your home, protect your peace, protect your family.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. It's insane, right? Insane that there are people that been living in Aurora all their life, and now they're faced with the challenges of having to pick up the pieces and move because it has gotten so dangerous and riddled with crime. Each and every day you walk out the house, you have to look one way, you have to look the other way, you have to make sure that your surroundings are clear. And that's no way to live as a human being, especially when you have children and things of that nature. It's out of control. They have to do something about the border. They just have to do something about the border, unless they're letting the border just go and run wild, because that's in the plan. Now, a question that I want to ask my melanated brothers and sisters: isn't it a slap in the face when people from other countries can come over here and get free health care and help with down payment assistance on a new home? You know, as a melanated man in this country, you can have your credit in order, you can show up to the bank in a suit, tie, shiny shoes, looking good, nice haircut and everything. And somehow, some way, they are looking for every avenue that they can go down to decline your application for approval, for a loan, for whatever you need it for, right? And then the fact that we can't get free health care. Every American should have free health care, in my estimation. Where are our taxes going to? It can't be going to infrastructure, because there are other countries across the world, across the pond, that have better looking infrastructure than we do. So where is our money going? You know, we don't even have free health care. But a doctor told me back in the day when I was living in Atlanta, shout out to Ray, I know you watch my channel, buddy. He told me a long time ago that he was told from some top people in the business that the reason why they won't give free health care to everybody is because they don't want melanated people to have access to free health care, meaning Black Americans. So in retrospect, they dislike us so much, right? They dislike us so much that they will put everybody's health at risk medically in the country just because they don't want to give us free health care. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that was discussed within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.